I want to talk about disability.
Welcome to Parenting Matters Now, a source of parenting advice a few minutes at a time.
Hi, this is Dr. Roger Smith of Parenting Matters Now. This is a shower chair, and it's intended for someone who is having difficulty standing in the shower. So you may be very familiar with this. Many of you are totally unfamiliar with the needs of the disabled, and your children should be aware of disabilities or handicaps, whatever the term is that you would use, but it's more about the attitude of the terminology. Teaching your children or exposing your children to people who have challenges in life is very important. It helps them to understand where they are not limited, that other people are limited. And so having an opportunity to expose them to people who are in a wheelchair or on a walker, look for situations when you're out at an event, someone comes to the event in a wheelchair, that's a perfect opportunity to go over and speak to that person. Do you know that people that are in wheelchairs say that they become invisible to the rest of the population, and that they welcome anyone to come up and just speak to them and say hello and ask about their life. What put them in the wheelchair? So you can help your children overcome the fear of being around people who have limited capacity, whether it's physical limitations, it may be mental or emotional limitations. Our children learning to be able to relate to people who have challenges in life is very important, because quite often they themselves will have challenges. And understanding that we are not alone in our struggles in this world, it really helps us to get along and to make improvements. I encourage you, when you're out with your children in the grocery store or some event at a community gathering, when you encounter someone who has a limitation, greet that person and introduce your children to them. Quite often we think of nursing home settings or other situations, and those are perfectly fine, and I encourage you to expose your children to those kinds of settings. But as we're going along in life, there are people in our path that have limitations, that may need devices. Our children need to not be afraid of them, and we need to not be afraid of them. So greet those who are disabled or handicapped or limited or whatever the proper term is these days. But it's an attitude of, they're real people and they need friends just like we do. So introduce your children to disability that is in our community. It's Dr. Roger Smith, Parenting Matters Now.
Subscribe to Parenting Matters Now for more advice, or go to rogersmithmd.com to search for more topics. See you next time.